Today we're going to take a brief overlook of Europe, which is our next region of study. So looking here at North America, and here's the United States, Europe is actually going to be to our northeast, which is right here. Zoom in just a little bit, you can see there are several countries all throughout Europe. Now overall, Europe's population is over 746 million people. Its area in square miles is at 3,930,000 miles, which makes it the sixth largest continent in the world. We've talked about a few of these countries so far this year, when we talked about Europeans coming over to North and South America and creating colonies. The United Kingdom right here, which includes Great Britain, they set up the colonies that would later become the United States. France here set up the colonies that would later become Canada and a few other territories throughout North America. Spain set up colonies in North, Central, and South America. And Portugal set up colonies in what is today Brazil. Now just by looking at the shape of Europe, you can see that it's made up of many things. It's made up of some islands in different areas. There are lots of bodies of water, including the Pacific Ocean, the North Sea, the Baltic Sea, the Black Sea, and one of the largest, the Mediterranean Sea. There are also several peninsulas. You have the Aegean Peninsula that contains Greece and several other small island nations. In Italy, the country is basically one large peninsula itself. Now overall, the landscape in Europe is mostly flat plains. However, there are some highly elevated areas throughout the continent. There is a mountain range between France and Spain called the Pyrenees, which is located here. It basically separates the two countries. And the Alps stretch across the northern part of Italy and go across Europe. Now Europe is very close to Africa. A lot of people don't realize that. The Mediterranean Sea separates Europe from Africa, and just right at the bottom of Spain here is an area known as the Strait of Gibraltar. This narrow strait barely separates Europe from Africa, so these two nations are not that far apart from one another. Now what you see here is a 3D rendering of Mount Blanc. Now this is the tallest mountain in Europe and is located right in the Alps on the border of Italy. Now when discussing the population density of Europe, it's not uncommon to find that fewer people live in the far northern areas in the countries such as Norway, Sweden, and Finland versus the rest of southern Europe, where you'll have a lot of populated countries such as Spain, France, the United Kingdom, and the most populated European country, Germany. Now the reason for this is that northern Europe is closer to the Arctic, so your temperatures are a lot colder, whereas the rest of southern Europe is a little further south. The temperatures here are more pleasant, and so you will find more people congregating there versus the northern part. Natural resources are very abundant in Europe. The United Kingdom experiences lots of coal mining, as does Belgium, Netherlands, and part of Germany. Due to all the rivers that flow throughout Europe, they use them for hydroelectric power. A lot of copper can be found in these northern countries here, along with a lot of Central Europe. And oil can be found throughout Central Europe as well, and even in the North Sea. Now that's it for our brief overview of Europe. Over the next several days, we'll look at different countries of Europe and take a look at some of their history and the culture that's associated with each one.